Hello everyone, hello Victor. Welcome on your game of the week. First of all, Victor, we talked about it last week. What was the result in the game between Rockets and Nuggets?
Well, as we said, the defense was the key of this game, and the Nuggets defend very well. So they won this one, 105-95.
Yeah, it was the key. We talked about it. The Nugget was always 2 on James Harden, and so he always scored 27 points, which is not good for him.
It's not very good, and we can add that he has 50% at shooting, which means it was pretty much a good game for him, but he didn't took a lot of shots, which means
Because of the defense?
Yeah, which means the defense was very good.
And on the other hand, we have Nikola Jokic, who also scored 27 points, yeah, but it was his best game this season. It's also a key? Maybe?
That's another key, because if he didn't score that much, Denver we wouldn't have won this one. But he did, so huge win.
Well, and another key, Victor, is that you were wrong on your first bet. Not very good
Yeah.
to start the season.
Yeah. Mm.
But don't worry, you will have another chance at the end of this podcast. Because this week, you choose the Sixers again, the Raptors. Very interesting game between the world champion and a serious contender this year.
Well, it will be a game between two duos. First one for the Sixers, Joel Embiid and Ben Simmons. The two together, they score an average of 35 points a game,
And made 10 assists.
which is very, very good statistics for them. And we can add that Al Horford is also very good, and Tobias Harris. So the four are
Well,
amazing.
we almost can say that they have a very good fight. But yeah, Al Horford is a very good add for the team. He just arrived this summer. And he brings something more.
Yeah, he's very good in the interior.
And on the other hand, in the Raptors, we would imagine that this year it will be more complicated. You know, Kawhi Leonard just left for the Clippers. And at this time, Kyrie just injured himself. But no, they're here.
Now they're here and they're good. And there's another duo, which is not very expected, but there's Pascal
very good.
Siakam, who's very, very good and pretty much unstoppable when he's on fire.
Yeah,
And there's also Fred VanVleet, which is
that's the surprise.
very, very surprising.
And together, they scored 43 points and made 12 assists. So, just amazing for this duo.
Yeah, it's amazing to see that they can win some games without Kyle Lowry and Serge Ibaka, which are, we can say, the two best players of the last seasons.
Yeah.
So it's amazing to see how VanVleet and Siakam can step up and help the team to win and to stay a contender for the championship, we can say.
About Serge Ibaka, we talk about it. Who can stop Joel Embiid? Because Serge Ibaka is not here.
Well, it would have been Serge Ibaka, but I think the only one who can stop Joel Embiid is Joel Embiid himself. Because we know that sometimes he's not on top of his game, and when it's the case, Sixers have trouble to win. So I think it will be the key for this one.
Well, thank you, Victor. It's almost the end. Can you just remind us and remind for the new people who follow us what they can do to have their game of the week?
It's very simple. You just have to follow us on our Instagram account, which is B4 Basketball, and then we'll post some stories, and you just have to vote on them to make us talk about the game you want us to talk about.
Yeah. And what's your bet for next
Well-
week? Think about it. You already were wrong.
Here's the thing, you know that I was wrong last week. You also know that I will be wrong this week, so I would say the Toronto Raptors will win this game because I think Joel Embiid will not be on top of this game.
Well, thank you, Victor. Thank you for following us. Like he said, you know what to do now. Follow us on our Instagram accounts. And then see you Tuesday for your Back to Back podcast. Bye-bye.
Bye.